Hey everyone, Allison here, and I'm back with another tutorial from the Granny Square Flower card deck. So this one is, it's not a 3D flower, but there's something on the back in the diagram part that I thought was worth going over. So when you flip it over, this is the sunflower, and we take a look at the diagram. You're going to see these dotted lines that end in an arrow, and it's shown up on another one that I did. Let's see, it was, if I flip through and find it, the Forget-Me-Not 3D motif. So this one, you make the flower and then you attach the background to it, and it had these arrows pointing to where you actually work the green part, because the green part went underneath these the purple flowers. So I thought that was worth showing you guys how that worked in real life. Let's focus. There we go. Okay. So the center part, now I span my wheel, and I got the colors deep teal, dusty lavender, and silver. So this is going to be a very unique looking sunflower. The center part is 3 rounds of the same color. So for me, it's going to be the deep teal. And this is fairly simple to work. It is just a standard increase in the round. So if you've never done work in the round, there's a very standard increase pattern that creates a nice flat circular pattern. And that is that round 1, you put your double crochets into your center ring, whether you're doing a magic ring, which I think this one looks like it's using a magic ring. So whether you use a magic ring or you use the chain 4 method, you put all your double crochets into the center ring, and then in round 2, each double crochet gets 2 double crochets placed into it. And then in round 3, you start with, in this repeat, you start with 1 double crochet in the first double crochet, or this time it's the chains, 2 double crochet in the next double crochet, and then repeat that 1 double crochet in the next, 2 double crochet in the next, and all the way around. And that gives you this nice flat, even circle. And then we're going to work the petals of the sunflower, and the final round is working behind to do here. And the other symbol that is important to notice, and it's hard to see because it's in the yellow. Let's see if I can get it to focus. I'm too close. The bottom bit of the yellow has this curved circle, and that is showing that you work your flower petals into the front loop only. And that leaves the back loop available for attaching the final round. But we will get there in due time. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the center has 12 double crochets. The first one is a chain 3. So let's get that done. I gotta detangle my yarn here for a minute. So I'm gonna do my magic circle, and I'll just quickly go over that again. So my tail is in my palm. I flip my hand over and I wrap my working yarn to make an X on the top of my fingers. My crochet hook goes underneath the front. I grab the back of that X, pull through and twist. And then I go underneath the back strand for a chain, and then I can pull my hands out and continue on. So we're starting with a chain 3. I've already got 1 chain, so I'll add 2 more, and then we're putting 11 double crochets into that ring. All right, got my 12. I am going to pull my tail to tighten this up. And now, because I'm using the same color for 3 rounds, I am going to work over this tail. It'll give me one less thing to sew in later. So what I like to do is pull it forward before I join. I'm going to join to that chain 3, make my slip stitch, and then I'm going to put my tail back and do a chain of 3 to start. And now I need to put one more double crochet into that same spot. And now each stitch around is going to get two double crochets, and I'm going to carry my yarn tail. Let's see if I can zoom in so you guys can see that a little better. I know I'm using dark yarn, so it's harder to see, but I'm going to lay my tail just across the top of the circle there. And then as I make my double crochet, I'm trapping the tail in the base of the stitch. So I can just keep doing that all the way around. Oops. Goodness, slippery yarn today. Now at this point, I'm going to give this a tug because I just want to pull it all the way down so that it tightens up that middle hole some more, and then I can keep going. So I'm going to keep going around. I put 2 double crochets in each stitch, and I will meet you up at the end of round 2. Okay, so I think I'm at the end of round 2. I have this one stitch left. Well, it looks like a stitch, but I think it's probably my slip stitch. So this is where I stop and I count my stitches. 24. So that is my slip stitch. So I know I'm done my round. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to attach to that starting chain 3 and chain 3 again. And now I can start round 3. And you'll see that my tail is back here, and I'll probably do a little bit of weaving in, but it's almost taken care of basically. So the repeat pattern for round 3 is 1 double crochet in the first double crochet. So this chain 3 is acting like a double crochet. And then in the next stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets. And then in the next one, 1 double crochet, and the next one, 2. So into my next stitch, I'm going to put 2 double crochets. And then my next one gets just 1. Oops. Oh, and I split. Hang on. Let's try that again. The next one gets 2. The next one gets 1. And you keep going like this. If you ever lose count, or you want to make sure that you've got the correct stitch count, just gently tug your stitches apart. So I can see I've got 1 here, and then in my next stitch there's 2, and then 1 in the next one, 2 in the next, 1, 2. So I need to put 1 in the next one. So that's a great trick. If you lose count, you get distracted, you know, your phone rings, kids are bugging you, whatever, and you need to get back to it. Just gently pull your stitches apart. It's not going to hurt your work. Okay, I'm going to continue round 3, and then we will tackle round 4 together. Okay, my round 3 is finished. I have slip stitched to my beginning chain 3, and I have tied off my yarn. Now I'm ready to start my round 4. So if we bring in our symbol chart, this is where we finished. And this is the black dot indicates the final slip stitch. The round 4 symbol, the number 4, is actually over like 4 stitches. So instead of starting at the chain or the next 2 double crochets, we want to start at the first individual double crochet. And then, as I said before, everything is going in the front loop only because we have this symbol that has this little curved bottom. And into that very first stitch where we attach, we have a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet. And then you chain 1, and then you come into the next stitch, you do a double and a half, and then you move over to the next stitch and you repeat single, half, double, chain 1, next stitch, double, half. So that's what we're going to do all the way around, and everything is going in the front loop only. So my next color is Dusty Lavender. So not in the starting chain, not into these 2 stitches that are 2 together, but into this one, into the front loop. I'm going to pull my yarn through and do my chain 1. And I'm going to do that trick where I lay my yarn tail across the top again, just to help it get sort of sewn in. And we're going to start. So we did a single, there's my half, and there is my double. Chain 1, move to the next stitch, front loop only, double, half. Move to my next stitch, front loop only, but I am grabbing the purple tail. So single, half, double, chain 1, next stitch, double, oops, I think I actually went through both loops there. So let's take that one out, redo that. So I need a double and 1 half. And this is where we get these petals, and because we're only going in the front loop, they're gonna naturally want to pull forward, and that's totally fine. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go all the way around in that pattern, and I will meet you up. I'm gonna show you a trick for figuring out where these next, the next round gets attached. Okay, that round is done. You end with a slip stitch into your beginning single crochet. So let's tie this one off, and then we can look at how we are attaching these. So they're not going in every stitch. They're sort of going in to the top of the second double crochet of the stitches that had 2 double crochets. This doesn't make a lot of sense, but so every stitch that has a 2 double crochet from round 3 is you're attaching it at that second double crochet. So to help me out, to help you out, let's use our stitch markers. And if we flip it over, we can see, and again, sorry, dark yarn, but that's what the wheel spat out. But you can see these leftover back loops. So that makes it easier to find the stitches for starters. But let's bring in some stitch markers so that we know where we're placing them. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but that's where we're going. Okay, so my beginning chain 3 is over here somewhere. Let's see, where is it? Right here. So that double crochet next to it is an attachment point. So let's get a stitch marker into that back loop, and then we can work backwards. See, there's 2 together, a single one, 2 together. So that is the next one. Over here. Right there. That's not right. 1, 2, this one. There it is. That one there. That one there. Trying to use ones that are light in color so that I can see them easily and you can see them easily. Okay. So I think that one should be, and I feel like I should have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I just miscounted the first time. Okay, so those are where I am attaching the third color, which the wheel spat out this silver gray. So, according to this, we're going to start here, which is like this one. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put my hook in there, attach my gray, and we're starting with a chain of 4. And then this symbol is a treble crochet. So we got chain of 4 and then 2 treble crochets, chain 3, and then 3 more treble crochets, all into that same back loop. So let's do that. So we got a chain of 4, treble crochet, you yarn over twice, and then it works like a double where you're yarning over and pulling through 2 loops at a time. But because you've yarned over twice, there's 3 different pull throughs. So chain 3, and then we're going to put 3 more trebles in that same spot. Okay, and so then we have a chain of 1. We come over to my next stitch marker, and we've got 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and then the next stitch marker we've got double crochets again. So these are making our sides, so we don't have to have the height that the treble crochets give us. The trebles are in the corners. So that's 2 and 3. Chain 1, and then this next stitch marker is another corner. I'm just going to get that tail out of the way. So my corners, trebles. So 3 trebles. Chain 3, and 3 more trebles. So that is the first side done, and we're just going to repeat that all the way around. So my next stitch marker, I'm going to chain 1, my next stitch marker gets 3 double crochets, I chain 1, my next stitch marker gets 3 double crochets, and then I repeat my corner in the next stitch marker. So I'm going to do that and then come back and show you the finished square. Okay, I've worked my way all the way around, and then looking at the diagram again, after your last cluster of double crochets, you're going to chain 1. It doesn't have a slip stitch, but I'm just going to assume that you slip stitch into that beginning chain 4, because that just seems logical. So we're going to find the top of that chain 4 and slip stitch to join. Okay, and then this is done. So I hope that was helpful for you. Some of these symbols can be a little bit confusing, and even though the Granny Score deck comes with this little booklet that explains a lot of this, it's still helpful to have it visually explained to you. And so there is my sunflower square. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye!